he care? Right? There's no way he can take, right? No. Stupid. Watch this. Watch this. 3. Check it. Get absolutely new.
Hello guys, it's me, Didi. Today I want to give you a brief insight about on what chess is. I know that a lot of you in the class don't know how to play chess, that's a lie, or don't care about the game, or just don't want to play. And I know that a few of you know how to actually play the game, know how to strategize, know how to spot checks, checkmate, blah blah blah. I'll get to you on what checks and checkmates are. And I want to, and for the people who can't play chess, who doesn't know how to play chess, I want to teach you the insights of it. I want to give you an insight on what chess is. Now, I want to get the main question covered up. What is chess? Well, chess is a two-player strategic board game made in the 1680 AD, and the goal of the game is to use all of these pieces and try to trap this king in such a way, try to check the king in such a way that the king cannot move in any square legally. And I'll get to you on what checks and checkmates are in a few minutes. We have to learn the basics of the game. Now that we have the main question covered up, I want to talk about the basics. I want to tell you about the basics. I want to tell you about how the pieces move, how the 6 types of pieces, the 6 individual pieces: the pawn, the bishop, the knight or the horsey, the castle, the rook, the queen, and the king. And I want to show you how they all move. Now, let's start off with the most important piece and the worst piece, the king. Now, the king is garbage. The king is absolute garbage. It can only move 1 square in each direction. See this? And it can't. And you have to protect this king at all costs. It's really, you have to protect the king at all costs. It moves away as it captures. So see this? It can capture like this, right? See this horse? It has the option to capture this horse. See this pawn? See this pawn? It has the option to capture this pawn. Yeah, and you have to protect the king at all costs. Otherwise, well, you lose. You got checkmated. And you don't want to get checkmated. Let's talk about the pawn. Now, there are usually 8 pawns on this rank and this rank. These are white pawns on here and black pawns on here. And here, I want to tell you something this is very interesting. At the beginning, you have 2 choices to move the pawns. You can either move it 2 square or 1 square, so you can move it here, or you have the option to move it here. But afterwards, you can only move it 1 square. See this? You can only move it 1 square. Now the pawn moves forward, but it captures a different way. It captures diagonally. So say there's this rook. Say there's this rook here, right? It has the option of capturing the rook, or it has the option of moving here. All right. Say there's like some sort of, say there's like a what's it called? And it can't move sideways. It cannot move here. It's not. That's not how the game works. That just happened. That's bad. Yeah. See this? It cannot. It only move diagonally. And when the pawn, oh my God, how did that happen? And when the pawn reaches the 8th rank, it has the option of either becoming a bishop, a horse, a rook, or the queen. Usually, people either choose the queen or the horse. That's easier. They don't choose bishop or rook. No one ever does that in chess. Let's talk about the bishops. Now, there are usually 2 bishops in chess. 1 white square bishop and 1 dark square bishop. And these bishops, they can only move diagonally. So see this dark square bishop, it can move, it might want to move down, it can move down. This light square bishop, it might move top right. This dark square bishop might move here. This white square bishop might move here. This bishop can move like here, this square. Oh my God, this square. And notice, and because these bishops only move diagonally, they'll always remain on the same square. See this bishop, right? It will never go on the black square. It is impossible. It cannot go on the black square. Same for the black square bishop. It cannot go on the white square. It is impossible. There is no way for this black bishop to get onto the white square. Let's talk about the rooks. The rooks move vertically like this, or horizontally. So it can move up, it can move down, it can slide over here, slide over here, do cha-cha. Yeah, I can go up and down, left and right, or whatever. And there's this interesting move in chess called castling. Now, what you have is, so here's your king, right? You can castle with both rooks. So yeah, there's usually 2 rooks, and you can castle with both rooks. What castling is when your king moves 2, and it's 1 move. And you can only castle once. So what castling is when your king moves 2 squares to the right and to the right or left, and the rook goes beside it. So see this, right? I short castled. I castled onto the king side, right? Now it's like I castle long. See this? 1, 2. Now this rook will come here. It's a castle. And it's used a lot. It's used a lot in game. There are certain conditions. However, for example, if there's a piece blocking it, like say this bishop. My God, if there's a piece blocking it, like his bishop, it's not allowed to castle with this specific rook. It cannot castle with this specific rook. Say it moves here, right? Then it can castle. See this? Then it can castle. There are also other conditions. However, it has to be the king's and rook's first move. So see, this is the rook moves, right? It cannot castle anymore. You cannot castle with this king rook anymore. You can castle with this rook, but you cannot castle with this rook. That also has to be the king's first turn. So see the king moves here, right? Now it cannot castle with any of these rooks. Now it cannot castle with any of these rooks. Let's talk about the queen. Now, the queen is absolutely godly, absolutely legendary. It's like the king, except upgraded. So it can move not only can it move one square in any direction, it can move any direction, and the path extends. Every direction, and the path extends. So it can slide here, it can move diagonally, up, up, down, left, right, this diagonal, that diagonal, and this queens are the most powerful. The queen is the most powerful piece in the game. It is the most powerful warrior in the game. And you shouldn't. Yeah, it's the most powerful piece in the game. I recommend not bringing out the queen early unless you have some sort of plan. Because if the queen dies early in the game, in the beginning of the game, well, you're not gonna have a fun time. You're not gonna have a fun time. You might lose. You might get checkmated. Now, and let's finally talk about the horse. The knight. Now, knights confuse beginners a lot, and me and the knight have something in common. We have one thing in common. We take it out. That's right. The horse moves in and out. So see this? It moves in and out. See this? So it moves like here. It moves here. It moves here. It moves here. It moves here. My God! It moves here. It moves here. It moves here. It can move here, right? And how we can imagine it is 2 squares up is in left or right. If you're going up, or 2 squares down, left or right, or if you're going to the right, 2 squares right, up or down, or 2 squares left, up or down. Right? You can imagine it like this, or you can imagine it like this, as in horsey goes here, or like this, and the horsey goes here, or something like this, and the horsey goes here, something like this, and horsey goes here. Okay? And here's the thing. Here's something interesting. The horse can jump over pieces. Yes, it can jump over pieces. So, see this, right? It doesn't have. See this? It can jump. Oh my God. See this bishop, right? It's not blocking a bishop, so it can move here. It doesn't. Oh my God. Wait. See this, right? See this bishop, right? Oh my God. Why? Sorry. So see this bishop, right? It can see this horse, right? It can jump over. It can jump here. It can jump here. It can jump here. It can jump here. It can kill. It can jump here. Here. Let's get another horse out. It can kill this horse. Let's get a pawn. Let's get a pawn out. It can kill this. Yeah. And it can jump over pieces. Very interesting. And do you notice how lands? You notice how it lands on a different square each time? White, black. Yeah. Now that you know what the basic moves of chess are, now that you know how to move the 6 different types of pieces, now I will talk about checks and checkmate. Check is when the opponent piece, say for example this bishop, threatens to capture his king, sees it. The bishop moved diagonally, right? It can seize this, right? It can seize this. This bishop can see the king threatening to capture it, right? Now the reason why it cannot move into Z square is because if it moves here, then bye bye. The king says bye bye. It dies. It gets captured. It moves here. Same thing happens. It gets captured, and you can never capture the king. So see this, right? So this is the reason why these 2 squares are blocked, right? So it can move here, it can move here, it can move here. It can move here, 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 it can move here. But it cannot move into these 2 squares, because then that allows the king to be captured, right? Now, checkmate is when opponent. Checkmate is when. Oh my God. Checkmate is when the king cannot move into any legal space. It cannot move anywhere, right? So, for example, this is one example, alright? See, this is a bishop and a queen, right? Now, this king cannot capture the queen. Do you want, because if it does, well, then this bishop captures it, alright? So, no capturing queen, and it cannot avoid the queen. It cannot move here, because then the queen takes, not here, and not here. All takes. This is called a checkmate. This is how you checkmate someone. This is what a checkmate may look like. Now that I also want to tell you another chess term. I'll show you another chess term. It's called pin. I'm gonna show you one. For example, bang. Let's go. Say move here, then black decides to move here. Yeah, move here, right? You move this, move here. Move here, right? See this, right? Then it decides to move here, right? See this? Now it's now see. Oh wait, hold up. So it then decides to move here, and then queen decides to come out. And then this bishop takes, and then this bishop takes, right? And then this pawn moves, and then there's this, right? And then this thing moves, right? Now, I'm going to show you what a pin looks like. Watch this. Bang. See this? This is called a pin. And this is what a pin looks like. See this? This horse cannot move because if it does, then a king dies. So this is a pin. This is considered a pin, right? Look, this is pin. This horsey is pin. This is an example of a pin. There's many others, but I'm not gonna get into that. Yeah.
I would continue on. I would continue to rant on, but I can't, so I might as well just end my video here. Thanks for listening to my video. Thank you very much. I peace out.